2024 is the time to cash in on your knowledge. You've been learning, you've been studying, maybe you've been working as well. I hope you've been working as well. But 2024 is your time to get your ideas out there in a new way that gets results for others, makes money, and taps into the massive growth that's happening now with one-person businesses and creators. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to do that. This is a unique video for me. It's not a video I'd usually do, but I think that it's what's needed to help many of my subscribers and customers to move forward in 2024. So let's try it. Now, first of all, in talking with clients of mine and customers, it pretty early it became clear that people are held back from doing what they need to do by fear. I myself have this issue as well, and I didn't know it at the time, but that's what it was. And I'm not the type of person who finds it very easy to put my ideas out there. The main reason is that I have a fear of being wrong, a fear of criticism, a fear of doing something that might, have a bad impact. What is it for you? Are you, for example, finding an inability to focus? Or is it that you want to make progress but don't know how? Or is it that something's stopping you? You're just learning but you're not really putting it into action. That might be how this fear is manifesting itself. Now, I do the same thing. For years, I've done the same thing to avoid feeling the discomfort that's necessary to feel, and everyone feels when doing something new for the first time or having to enter into an area where you're not necessarily the biggest expert or could be perceived as even incompetent. It always bugged me that I would judge others for entering into a new industry or do something like posting over social media when I knew they were wrong and they were still posting their content that I didn't agree with. What that was is a reflection of not necessarily them, but what I've come to realize, it was actually a reflection of my own insecurities and my own fears. Now, most people try to focus on fighting those fears, those insecurities. A way we can fight these fears is by creating a defense against them, by calling it out in other people to avoid having to feel it ourselves. Or alternatively, we suppress these feelings, we hide them or project them into others, anything to avoid feeling that discomfort. Now, if you're doing this, then it's not so easy to change. In fact, you actually have to face what you don't like about yourself and your own insecurities. It's easy to chant slogans like change your mindset or just do it when you're looking at the outside world, but when you're facing the demons that lie within you, it's much more difficult to simply make a change. And everyone has these. And everyone has this, by the way. This goes through the same, everyone goes through the same difficulties in facing these, whether it's Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, whoever it is. Everyone goes through different things, but they have to experience pain. Everyone feels pain and discomfort and insecurities. And here's what's important. It doesn't need to hold you back. You can overcome those fears as long as you're willing to acknowledge them, that you have them and then feel them. Actually feel that feeling, whether it's anger, frustration, hate, or something else. Feeling that. Acknowledging its existence is the first step towards overcoming it. Now, obviously, I'm no psychologist, but I felt like this was something important for a video. And while I'm not the world's expert in the subject, and I do have fear, obviously, that as I make this, no one will appreciate it, people will criticize me, or no one will listen to it. Maybe some people won't believe it's valid. I feel very strongly that most of the reasons people don't take actions is that they let their discomfort or fear of experiencing discomfort control them. For me, I would play stories in my head over and over again. It was all just fear. It wasn't until I actually went and talked to someone that I was able to come to the conclusion that those thoughts that were being playing in my head were likely not actually true. And what I need to do is actually experience the feelings, the source of those discomforts. If you want more on this topic, there is a fantastic book that I've been reading. It's called The Body Keeps the Score, or The Body Keeps Score, which provides an answer as to where these thoughts come from and the negative impact they can have on your life, but also how to overcome them. That's been a battle I've been fighting over the last year. Now, when you start to feel through your feelings, getting familiar with them, let's say you digest them, you're then able to move past them. Then you're able to move forward. And for the last 4 years, I've known that I should have been creating videos on YouTube. Every time I wanted to do it, I'd go through these different thoughts and fears, and they would all, it would all come to mind, it would all come up, and I would think about how I might be judged. I would overcomplicate what I was doing. I'd seek more training so I was sure I was ready. I'd focus on the other issues that existed in my life to avoid having to feel the actual feeling I had, which was nothing to do with those other issues. It was just fear that I was experiencing of doing this thing that I was unfamiliar with. Now, when I was able to name what that fear was, then I was able to feel it. Then I was able to post successfully, consistently after that. I was able to work through it. I was able to focus again. I was able to do what I needed to do on a daily basis. Now, maybe this is not making sense to you. Maybe it's difficult to understand, or maybe it's not interesting. It's not a flashy subject. It's very real, though. The issues that you face are usually not skill-related, not learning-related. Many times, they're actually mindset-related. If you can work on your mind, your business will succeed as a result of that, because you'll no longer be held back by many of the fears that clouded your judgment and affected your, the process that you're following and the processes of your mind, inside your mind. The life experiences you've had, the learning you've been doing, and the actions you've taken in the past. There are lessons that can form the basis of your next product launch in 2024. These are lessons, the difficulties that you face, the fear. Where do you have fear? Maybe that's something that's calling you to resolve it. Maybe it's calling you to do something in that area. Maybe that's where your purpose for this next year lies. These are all things to consider as you think about what you're going to achieve in 2024 in this next year. Maybe these lessons are even forming the base for your next product in 2024. And right now, you have everything that you need. And with the technology like Community, if I can mention it, there's no reason why the next year can't be a massive success for you. Focus on the steps. Work on your mind. Work on your mindset, feeling the feelings. Then do the necessary tasks first. Create a community hub. Unite your audience from social media, posting videos and whatever other methods that you have to get your ideas out there. Do those things, then invite everyone to join your community hub or your community group. From there, give value. Help other people and get to know your audience. Use your knowledge. Experience and become an expert in creating solutions for your members. These are the tasks that if you work on them every day, they can help you to reach your goals this next year. This is going to be one of the best years, if not the best year ever for creators. There are conditions being created for creators like you and I that are really at the forefront of this content revolution that's occurring online. So don't waste the time that you have. Don't waste this next year. If you're in a position now where you're not sure what to do or how to move forward in your business, then I encourage you to reach out to me to kickstart 2024. I'm happy to help you if I can, in any way be an ear to what you've been experiencing, or help you to get to that next point, or point you in the right place where you can start progressing in the right direction. So I want to say Happy New Year. Have an awesome time. I hope you're experiencing, having a great time with your friends, your family, to close off this year. And I encourage you to look at yourself, look inside, and create something incredible this next year. And create incredible success for your life this next year as well. And I hope it is the most successful year that you have in business. And if I can play a small part in that, then I'm more than willing to next year. So then I'm more than willing to next year. Then I'm more than willing to. So I encourage you to reach out to me, join the community hub down below, and let's do this together in 2024. All right? Happy New Year.